Hey, this is Ramin from Kayra. Um, I decided to do some design reviews, especially on more complicated parts of Kayra, like the legs or the hip or the head. Today it's going to be about the head because it really consists of multiple different parts, like electronics, the neck and the skull, etc. And it's really a journey here, and I wanted to share that journey. So the first thing that we are going to look at is the neck of Kayra. She can look up and down, and that's a mechanic that I developed also here with the bigger servo, where it can move like this. And I might reuse that for the chest, so that's one aspect. The second aspect is that we have basically two parts, namely the display that is built here in the face part, and the display should also show the eyes of Kayra. I needed to have different heights here, and I put the camera ESP32 camera on a PSB here so that I can easily remove that and exchange it. However, it's quite complicated to do the wiring here, and the initial design was like this, so that I would have basically the display on top of that, and then the PCB of the camera here. And then I learned that I certainly need to connect the head part to the neck, and this is why this came in place, where we have the 4 screws that we also have in here. And the second iteration was also looking at how to use the pins and access them. So this is, I think, much nicer because you can pop out the PCB here and basically bring that in. I also added a couple of holes here for adding a faceplate. So that's one aspect here, but certainly we need to add the display part as well. So the next part was to also design a skull, and I did some research on old retro TVs, basically, because I somehow liked how they look with their different views. Like this is an old TV from the 60s or that, and I just wanted to have this kind of friendly hat with this kind of baseball cap on it, and so I started designing this, also with the learning that I need to access the different cables, and so the cables are accessible here through the different holes, and doing this to also get the display in here means that we need to have kind of really a big size, so that the head really can contain the display. And I think right now it's not optimal because we we will have a huge head here, like when you're looking at this, that's going to be really tremendous, and I think it's going to be a bit smaller, so I'll probably need to break that line so that it can go flatter here and more steep there. But that's the current design here. It's also not really well printable because there is a lot of supports that you need to have basically the upper part of the head, and the supports are not working well with the lower part, so that needs to be changed so that we can maybe screw this upper part on top of it or something, but that's something that I need to decide later on. Right now it's really fitting all of the parts together and making it fit to the rest of the body, but that's quite a journey, and so let's see how it goes.